YouTube, depending on whichever one you are watching this on. This is the kind of first development log for not only CL Facility Roleplay, but for ConX Studios as a whole. And so I said that I will be doing these every week, at least every week. Technically it's one day over a week, but you know, it still counts. So we're gonna get to it. Let's go ahead and go over how Facility Roleplay is kind of doing, the direction we're gonna go ahead and do, and just overall the kind of things that are going to be added for ConX Studios and the studio as a whole in terms of, again, direction. First thing is, I kind of already stated that biological research would be changing into health and research. At the end of the month, we will be, we'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff for new gen, making sure it is playable, making sure everything is added. A new UI has been decided for the entire game in general, and just keeping you all updated with how things are. That's what these videos are meant for. They're meant to keep you informed and keep you updated on the situation. We actually today did a QA test on one of the new diseases. I'll actually go ahead and play some of that clip in right now, actually.
Ran through the right side of it, like.
There's one person out here by themselves.
Oh,
to,
I
like,
see it, I see it.
Of the base. Okay, where? I see if I lose your thermal, means you've been infected or compromised.
Oh, I see it. Oh, fucking gotcha.
Just saying, you guys kind of suck. Like, yeah, I hit it.
But yeah, that's how the test went. It's a test. The things happen, and I just want to go ahead and thank quality assurance team again. Everyone on the QA team, you guys have been doing a great job making sure that everything is working properly. And without the QA team, this update would be taking. We would be kind of stuck on bugs. We've been stuck on trying to figure things out. So without them, we wouldn't have gone this far. The other thing that I'm also going ahead and doing, we are a pretty small indie development studio, and so even the game in itself does take money to actually make. It does take a lot of time, effort, and as well as the funds to go ahead and get all these things added on to. Even though we're a small team, we still have to make sure that we're living and surviving. And so I'm probably going to go ahead and start a Patreon, not just for CL Facility Roleplay, but for ConX Studio as a whole, to go ahead and support every single one of our projects. A personal Discord will probably be made for ConX Studios proper, just for people that are in the Patreon, that we can do kind of like these fun little events. And also maybe for the quality assurance, we'll figure out the kinks for that, but that has been decided to go ahead and have every single paid member and everyone that kind of helps with that onto a certain level playing field, just to go ahead and help overall make sure we're still surviving, make sure that things are still kind of going on. And that's just, yeah, make sure things are staying afloat and make sure that we can still provide content for you guys. I do want to go ahead and get down to the far backbone of this. We are a studio that makes games on Roblox, and these games on the Roblox platform, they are catered to a more mature audience at a minimum 13 plus. We want to go more into 18 plus games, a more mature audiences, more story driven audience, more like audiences that are more catered towards a older demographic. I would say that a more older demographic, and Roblox is a good place to kind of do that because a lot of people on Roblox are 18 and plus. However, the possibility of our own in-house title outside of Roblox, that is one of the major goals for ConX Studios. What that game will be about, it might be about SCP, it might be about centum, it might be about a new lore that I'm kind of drafting up called Project Ignition. A lot of people, that if you don't know what Project Ignition is, I'll go ahead and explain that real quick actually, but after I go ahead and tell the kind of initiative. But our main thing is to go ahead and get our own title using the Unreal Engine or some engine. We do want to go ahead and get new gen out. We do want to go ahead and keep making games on the Roblox platform, but we do want to go ahead and explore doing off-platform games, doing things like on Steam, more story-driven games. Roblox is meant for multiplayer experiences. It's not really meant for single player, and so that's why those more story-driven games will probably be more towards Steam and those kind of avenues. We don't want to go ahead and push a game out and that's not going to work on Roblox. And so that's why we're kind of pushing the narrative for more our own IP in terms of our more complex games in those regards. We still want to continue that trend of having games on the platform, so that's not going to leave anytime soon. Also, another thing is, I personally, not ConX related, not yet anyway, I am working on a book. Actually not even a book, a series, and the Discord for that will be put in the description. But for now, it is called Project Ignition. Project Ignition will be a series of 4 to 5 books explaining the lore of the world of Gaia and the conflicts, its own narratives, own politics, all divided inside that single world. So if you are interested in that, it'll be an ebook, maybe a hardcover if I do get things going, but it'll be an ebook on there. I'll go ahead and make those things possible. And it is something that is very much a passion project for me. And if it does well, we will go ahead and make our own. We will go ahead and make our own separate game on Project Ignition. We'll go ahead and make an IP on that. If it's on Roblox or our own custom thing, it'll probably be on Roblox because it is a more multiplayer game, but it'll stretch out between those 3. ConX Studios is never going to go ahead and divide off of is never going to go ahead and divide off of the more serious kind of games, more serious games that are meant for more mature audience. We might have subsidiaries more focused on simulator games and games that are more for a younger audience that are still fun, because people find those fun. People find those kind of games fun. They're not really, I don't see them as a stain. It's fun. People play them. People think it's fun. That's just how it is. But it would never be a main ConX Studio project. If you see a simulator game on there, it's gonna be an independent IP owned by ConX Studios, but ConX Studios won't be making it itself. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I will be having the Patreon and everything in the links in the description. Once we go ahead and get those made, I will see you next week.